We had just moved in, a fresh start, a new apartment, on the top floor of a quiet old building. It had charm, they said. It had history. The first night was peaceful. The second, not so much. At exactly 3:33 a.m., I woke up to 3 knocks on the bedroom wall. Precise, slow, deliberate. I turned to Adam, my boyfriend. "Did you hear that?" He mumbled in his sleep. No help. I brushed it off. Maybe the building was just old and settling, but the knocks came back. The next night, same time, same rhythm. 3 sharp taps. Tap, tap, tap. This time, Adam heard it too. He sat up, alert. "What the hell was that?" "I told you," I whispered. "It's been happening every night." We knocked back 3 times. Silence followed. In the morning, we went next door. Apartment 3B. Mr. Seidel. Quiet old man. Polite, always alone. He answered the door slowly. Thin, pale, eyes too wide. "Sorry to bother you," I said. "We've been hearing knocking through the wall. Thought maybe construction?" He stared, then whispered, "I thought it was you." The air felt colder when he said it. That night, we tried to ignore it. 3:33 a.m. came. The knocks returned. Only this time, it wasn't just knocking. We heard breathing, low, guttural, heavy breathing coming through the wall. Adam jumped out of bed and turned on the lights. I pressed my ear to the wall, heart pounding, and I heard it, a whisper. "Let me in." We barely slept. First thing next morning, we went to the landlord. "That apartment's empty," she said. "Has been for weeks. Seidel died last month." I felt the blood drain from my face. We just spoke to him yesterday." She shook her head. "I'm telling you, it's vacant. Want me to open it?" We followed her upstairs. She unlocked 3B and pushed the door open. The apartment was dark, cold, dust everywhere, sheets over furniture, no sign of life, except a fresh coffee mug on the table, still warm, and 3 long scratches down the inside of the shared bedroom wall. We moved out that night, but sometimes at 3:33 a.m., I still wake up and hear the knocking. I moved into my apartment alone. It was quiet, and I liked that. Just me, the sit outside, and a single window facing the building across the street. One evening, I noticed her. She sat in the window across from mine, an old woman wrapped in a shawl, always reading the same book, same chair, same time. 9 p.m. every night. At first, it was comforting. A strange kind of company. I began to look forward to it. Her presence made me feel less alone. Then something changed. One night, instead of reading, she was staring, not into space, into my window, directly at me. I froze. Maybe she couldn't really see me. The lights were off on my side. Maybe it was just a coincidence. But the next night, same thing, and the next. And the next. Then she waved. I backed away from the window. My heart thundered in my chest. She couldn't see me. Could she? That night, I left the blinds closed. The next morning, taped to the outside of my window, was a note. "Why didn't you wave back? I live on the 5th floor. No balcony, no fire escape, no explanation. I called the police. They checked the opposite apartment. Came back with strange news. Sir, that unit has been vacant for months. No one's been in or out," I argued, described the woman. "The book, the chair." The officer looked uncomfortable. "There's no furniture in there, no chair, nothing by the window." I couldn't believe it. That night I opened my blinds again. I stared at the opposite window. Empty. I was about to turn away when the lights flickered on, and she was there, closer than ever, face nearly pressed to the glass, staring with dead, hollow eyes. She lifted the book, opened it. Inside was a photo, a picture of me, sleeping. I ran, left the apartment that night, stayed with friends. For a while, I tried to forget. But last week, in a hotel in a completely different city, I saw the book again on the bedside table, open, waiting. And it had another photo. This time, it was taken from inside my closet. It started with a smell, something faint at first, a little sweet, a little rotten. I live on the 6th floor of a very normal apartment building, quiet neighbors, thick walls, nothing fancy. But apartment 6B was different. Mr. Garrick lived there, older man, lived alone, rarely spoke, always wore gloves, even in summer, and his door always locked with 3 deadbolts. For the first few weeks, I didn't think much of the odor. I assumed he left trash out, or maybe he was just a bad cook. But the smell got stronger, sweeter, meatier. One night, I returned home late. As I passed 6B, I gagged. The stench punched me in the face, like something had died. No exaggeration, I knocked. No answer. I knocked again. I thought I heard movement inside, but nothing came of it. I complained to the landlord. They shrugged. He pays on time. What do you want us to do? So I did something stupid. I slid a note under the door. Please take out your trash. The whole hallway stinks. The next morning, the note was back under my door. Same paper, same handwriting, but with 3 words added, stay out, please. That night, I couldn't sleep. There was a sound, wet dragging, something scraping across wood, then a thump. I pressed my ear to the wall that joined our units. I swear I heard whispering, no words, just a rhythm, whispers, wet dragging, a soft, steady thump. I called the police the next day. When they arrived, they knocked, no answer. But the smell, it was undeniable. One officer gagged. They forced the door open. What we saw will never leave me. The apartment was dark, all windows blacked out. The walls lined with plastic. The floors sticky. Meat hooks hung from the ceiling. Actual hooks, like from a butcher's shop, on them. Things that were no longer animals. Parts, human parts, arranged carefully, preserved with chemicals maybe, I don't know. And in the center of the room, a table. On it, a body, fresh, eyes wide open, mouth sewn shut. But the worst part, the worst thing, was the photo pinned to the wall above the table. It was me, standing in the hallway. The photo was taken from inside Garrick's peephole. The police found journals, stacks of them, entries about keeping them fresh, about learning to preserve, about me. The girl in 6C is curious, he wrote. Might have to add her sooner than planned. They never found him. Not really. The apartment had a second exit, through the crawl space that led to the basement. He was gone. Just vanished. I moved out 2 days later. Didn't even pack. But last week I received a letter. No return address. Just 3 words. You smelled me. I still do. Sometimes in random places, in hotel rooms, at bus stops, in crowds. That same sickening sweet scent.